Can I touch you? So, what are we going to be making today, Amelia? Good thing you asked, lucky viewers. Today we are going to be making my family's traditional New Year's Eve pizza. Every year on New Year's Eve, my family and I, we get together, we gather around the television because, let's face it, we're pretty modern, and we all watch the Twilight Zone marathon that runs on Sci-Fi because we're that family. Now, while this is going on, each of us has the opportunity, and of course we all take that opportunity to make our own individual pizzas. Now, everyone has their own pizza that they like to do, and personally, I'm always the person who is doing plain cheese pizza. I'm always doing plain cheese pizza. I've never done anything else. That is what I am known for. But not this year. This year, I'm changing things up. So, today we're gonna be doing arugula prosciutto pizza. So the first thing you're gonna need to do for this pizza is you're gonna need to preheat your oven to 450 degrees. Let's do that. Oven preheating, awesome. Oh boy. So, what I do for the pizza dough, and what we always do at my family's place, is we go to a local pizzeria and we get their pizza dough rather than going to the grocery store and buying it there, because you get a much better result without any more of the work. So of course you're gonna do that. So tip, buy your pizza dough from a pizzeria. Don't go to the grocery store and get their dough. It's the worst. I mean, it's probably fine, but this is so much better. What you're gonna need to do to your pan first, because obviously you can't just like put dough on the pan, you need to grease that sucker up with some butter. Yeah! Put the butter on the pizza pan. Next step you're gonna take some flour. Doesn't matter what kind. Just get some flour, or even in the recipe it suggested cornmeal. And to be honest, I have cornmeal, but I don't feel like using that, because that's not what we do at my family's place, and this is all about making traditional pizza. But I guess it's not, because I'm making a different kind of pizza. Whatever. You want to spread the flour all over the pan, because you don't want your dough to stick in the oven, because nothing is sadder than a pizza that just won't come into your belly. Let's grab some of our dough. Wow. The amazing thing is that this amount of dough is small. This is small. What the hell? This is small dough? Well, I guess you have to admit that like they're doing this on like a grand scale for like restaurant level pizza. Meanwhile, you're just doing this here for yourself. Now what I'm doing with my pizza dough is obviously there's going to be way too much to fit in this pan. So what I like to do is I like to knead the dough out to get it the thinness I want, even if that goes past the pizza pan itself. Oh yeah, this is also my favorite thing to do ever. Now I like to get it really thin because I like thin crust pizza. So I pull it, and I pull it, and I pull it real good. Ugh. I feel like I'm putting skin over a drum right now, but I'm not mad at the feeling. I'm not mad at this. It feels kind of right. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. What are we gonna do next? We're gonna take a knife and we're gonna cut off the excess. Alright. And you wanna give yourself a little bit more room than you think, because I always do this where I cut too much off and then it shrivels away from the edges. So I would suggest cutting on the rim, because then it'll shrink back down and it'll fit perfectly, rather than trying to like cut down there. This is the weird part when you get all these little extra bits. So the next thing we're gonna do with our pizza, we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it in the oven and we're gonna put it in there for 8 minutes about. While that's cooking, we're gonna be making a little olive oil, rosemary, salt and pepper mixture that we're gonna brush on top of this because this pizza, unlike most, is a white pizza. Oh man. Just wash this. I hate dishes because I wash them and then I use them again. So you're gonna take the healthy portion of your olive oil. I didn't really look up exact amounts, but this is just brushing on top, so it don't need to be that specific. Put a healthy portion of salt, because remember, this is going across an entire pizza, so don't feel bad about doing a lot of stuff to it. Oh, we gotta do some garlic. So this is the time where I wish I had done garlic beforehand, but you know, I had other things to do. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so freaking hungry. I knew I should have just eaten breakfast beforehand, but I was like, no. I'm just gonna wait till the pizza's done and eat that. So I'm sorry ahead of time if when I eat the pizza, it's the most nauseous. Oh, this is so cute and perfect, look. I have a grater that's garlic sized. Cats. So then the last element of this is you take your rosemary, which is packaged very aggressively. Yeah. And then you're just gonna take a twig of this and you brush it back the opposite way. You kind of want to pull the pieces apart because you don't want just like huge things of rosemary. You want little big things of rosemary. Oh my damn. Well, I mean, that's a thing. Okay. Stir this up a bit so it gets a little bit more evenly mixed. Okay, so we're gonna take our pizza, which as you can see has kind of bubbled up, but I'm sure once you add cheese to that, it'll kind of like calm down. Maybe I'll poke a hole in it. Let some air out. There you go. And if your pizza dough bubbles up like mine did, just poke some hole in all these little bubbles, and that'll release the air that's inside, so then that way it'll flatten back down. Now this would be a great moment, obviously, if you had one of those little brusher things. You thought you did have one of those. You don't, so we're gonna just kind of pour this all on there as best we can, and then we'll go in and we'll spread it out with our little red thing we have here. Now here's what our pizza looks like right now at the moment after brushing on our little rosemary, olive oil, salt and pepper, garlic mixture. It looks absolutely amazing and we haven't even really made a pizza yet. So I can't wait to see how it turns out. Okay, so next thing we have to do, we have to get our cheese on this. For this we have ricotta cheese and mozzarella. Now I got 2 things of mozzarella because I wanted to make sure I had plenty. Also, I kind of just wanted to eat some. Let's take some ricotta cheese, even though, to be perfectly honest, I'm not the biggest fan of ricotta cheese, but I'm sure if the Food Network says that it's good, it must be. Now, it's probably not the most effective way to get that on. Once we have this all finished up with our cheese, we're gonna put it back into for about 6 minutes, just so that way it can get all bubbly and cheesy. Because the good thing is now our dough is pretty much cooked, so we're just gonna be melting our cheese, and then the very last part we'll be putting the arugula and prosciutto on, and that'll happen once we're completely finished using the oven. We won't be doing any of that in the oven, so this is the last little bit of oven use. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh, and just put on as much friggin' cheese as you want, because happy holidays to you. So this is what our pizza looks like before we're going into the oven. The next time you will see it, it will be all melty and delicious. I can't wait. Greeny leaf things. They smell great. Because we're gonna kind of toss up our leaf green and stuff like that, like it was a salad. And then we put it on top of pizza. So that way you feel good about it. But in the end, it's still just, it's pizza. Don't try and fool yourself, kids. This is really just pizza with some color on it. We need our shallot as well. Shallot, and you know what? This is what a shallot looks like. And that sounds like a very like, duh thing. Like, of course, this is what a shallot looks like, but you would be surprised because me and my boyfriend went yesterday shopping for all the ingredients, and we apparently did not know what a shallot looks like. So we were very surprised when this is what it turned out to be. And I chose this one because to me it looked like balls. So I'm gonna use the tiny ball. Take your shallot. I'm gonna cut it into little tiny pieces. Let's take our pizza out before anything else continues. Oh my God. It is certainly not burnt. It is beautiful and wonderful. And if I begin to cry, it's because of the onions, right? It's not because this is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. And we haven't even added like the toppings yet. This is just with like olive oil and cheese. Oh my God. Now you're hurrying up because you really want to put this on the pizza. Now you're gonna take a lemon. Because we're all about irritating your eyeballs on this show. Lemon. Is this just like the worst knife ever? Probably. This lemon is just not about being cut today. Yep. Sometimes you just need a sandwich knife. And then you just squeeze the lemon juice. Toss that together. Last thing we're gonna add to this little like salad of sorts, some olive oil. Now we've come to the crowning achievement. The moment where heaven and earth collide and you try and find room on your counter for this glorious event to happen. You're gonna take your little like lemon, arugula, shallot, salt, pepper, olive oil mixture, sprinkle some of that on top. I think I made too much, whatever. Oh my God, just put all the meat on this. It's kind of like bacon and your dreams had a baby and they came out like this. This is what prosciutto is like. And your pizza is finished. It looks so friggin' incredible. I cannot wait to dig into this and eat a huge slice for breakfast. That's how babies are made. That thing is so good. Look at all the colors. That looks so amazing. I can't wait to eat it. Let's get some close-up action. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, so this is our arugula prosciutto pizza with ricotta and mozzarella. It looks absolutely amazing. Struggle City. This is what happens when your card gets full and you don't realize it while you're filming your outro. So, I'm doing it now in the comfort of my own bed. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Grownup-ish. If you have any suggestions for me on what my next project should be, please let me know down in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to do them for you. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week, but it's sure to be exciting, so you'll have to tune in to find out. I put out new videos every single Tuesday and Sunday, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can check those out and you don't miss a thing. And I hope you guys have had a really great holiday, whatever you celebrate, and I can't wait to see you in the new year.
Bye! Thanks for tuning in.